Yo. Yo, you ready? Oh shit. Are we starting already? Come on, get your shit together. Fuck. Sorry. Let's go.
Gonna take you down, deep down to the front line.
Fucking liar. Alright. Welcome to another episode or edition of The Mind of Madness. And honored to be your gracious host. Today is I, who goes by the name of V. And today we're going back in time. Be reading some shit. This one is Cold Acceptance, or To Be Accepted. Jesus Christ, sorry. It is fucking boiling in here. I don't know how the temperature is where you're at or how the weather is, but right now it is boiling. I'm melting in here. Holy shit. It is 33 degrees Celsius without the fucking humidity right now. So with the humidity, it's probably like almost 40 degrees right now. It's fucking stupid. Holy shit. Here I am soaking in the fucking holy shit. Alright. Let's get to it. Acceptance. To be accepted. Nowadays, it's hard to find people that accept you for who you are and be alright with it. Especially people like me. Throughout my life, I have struggled to find acceptance among the pack around me. It came to the point where I started to hate myself because I was convinced that something was wrong with me. The worst part of it all was that I couldn't change the way I was. I could pretend to be someone everyone else would like, but then that wouldn't be me now, would it? At this point in my life, I accepted the fact that I will never be fully accepted for who I really am. With keeping that in mind, you eventually get to a point where you start to think that since no one will ever accept you, then everyone probably doesn't give a shit about you. Even after all these years, I still get the same no one gives a shit feeling. New look, but same shitty feeling. A cross between an acute drug overdose and mild nausea, for lack of a better analogy. The only difference about then and now is that I don't talk about it as much with other people. As a matter of fact, I don't tell anyone at all. Yeah, I know. The whole don't keep things bottled up inside, talk to someone bullshit. Everyone tells me. But what are you gonna do when talking about it and talking about your shit feels like you're bothering other people instead? I always felt as if people only like talking to you if things are good or if you're talking about them or something that they're into. I guess humans are just selfish that way. The worst feeling is when you don't feel accepted by the ones you love because those are the people that are pretty much obligated to accept you for who you are. But sometimes I feel that the one person that I'm supposed to depend on and turn to for anything doesn't really accept the kind of person I am. It's coming to the point where I'm starting to not like myself or the person I have become. There are times when I feel as though I can't express a lot of the problems I have or talk about something that's bothering me. I can't seem to really put into words what I'm trying to say. However, I feel as if there are certain expectations of me or standards that I have to attain, otherwise I will get looked down upon. I'm tired of living my life feeling that it's wrong to be the kind of person I am. It's as though I have to live the way others want me to live, otherwise any other way is wrong. If I try to speak against it or even try to explain my way of thinking, then I'm getting defensive all of a sudden. To me, I feel that if I'm getting told that I must sit there and take it, nothing else. I feel a lot of pressure to be a certain way or live a certain kind of life. It seems I have to live the stereotypical life, go to college, get a boring, well-paying job, and live happily ever after. I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it all wrong. There has to be someone out there that gets what I'm saying though, right? Anyway, whenever I thought about being in a relationship, I always wanted to find someone who is okay with the person I am and accepts and loves me for it. And I always looked for someone who accepts the person I am, not someone who is simply tolerating me for the time being, but trying to convince me to change in the meantime. No matter what I'm told, I still always have this feeling deep down that tells me she's in love with the person she wants me to be, or the idea of who I could be. I don't feel like anyone really likes the kind of person I am. Acceptance, or to be accepted? Yeah, I'll let you know when I find it. Fuck, I hit the mic, sorry. Yeah. Ow, fuck. Sorry, I just hit my head. Yeah, so that was, I don't know, that was a kind of like, that was a deep one. At the time, I wrote that because at the time I thought, well, I didn't think, like, I kind of had a feeling that the girl I was with, she always just kept talking about, oh man, but you could be this, you could be that. Talking about all the shit that, like, oh yeah, I could be, and how she sees my potential and shit. It's like, okay, but what about the person I am? I was like, you just keep talking and fucking glorifying and fantasizing about this person that I could be, or that you want me to be. But then never once has, like, she ever complimented me on how I am, or what I'm doing currently, or how I am currently. It's always like about what I could be, or who she wants me to be, or who she thought I was. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not me. If that's who you want, then fuck. It's a lot of the time that I got that feeling from some people. You know, it'd be like, oh man, you know, you could, you know, it could be so much more. Yeah, but I'm not. I'm not. And so what if I'm not? Like, what is, I could talk about potential. Oh man, like, you could be so whatever, or telling other people, yeah man, you know, you could do this, you could, yeah, but what if they don't want to? You know what I mean? It's not your life. You don't dictate what path or what kind of person anyone is to be but yourself, you know? Fuck. Some people don't want to be the way that you want them to be. Some people are actually happy the way they are. Or some people chose to be the way they are, you know? Fuck a reason for that shit. Like, alright man, we just gotta fucking... That's how I felt at the time. And I still feel that way too, but I haven't had anyone, you know, like, treat me or made me feel that way recently, but yeah, I still, the opinion, how I feel about it still stands though, the same as ever. Yeah, like, people should be able to live the lives like they want to live, you know, instead of people living for other people or doing something that they think is what other people want them to do, kind of shit. And you know, the amount of people I know that are like, yeah, I'm doing this because, you know, my parents want me to take nursing and shit like that. It's like, yeah, but what did you want to take? What do you want to take? Some people are like, yeah, I want to be this, but, you know, I have to take this. But why do you have to take that? Why? It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, your parents raised you and all that shit, but it's like, you don't owe them your lives. Then it's just like, you don't become the person that you should be. You're just becoming the person your parents want you to be, or some shit like that, which means your parents don't really know the person you are, you know what I mean? Or those people that are saying that shit. It's like, yo, I just... A lot of the times, man, I see that, and it's sad to me, because I seen and know so many people that are doing that. It's like, yeah, and they never really get around to doing what they want to do because they don't have the support in it, or they don't see, like, anyone, or like no one told them to keep at it, you know? They didn't have the support or like anyone to like push them when they needed to, that little nudge, you know what I mean? I know what that's like, but yeah, I didn't have support. I didn't have like the fucking push to, you know, when I needed it. I never pursued that shit. I never got to pursue the shit I wanted to do, but at the same time, my alternative wasn't to just do what I was told to do or whatever. I still chose to do my own way. It's like, okay, I can't do that way, then let me find my alternative. Let me find what I would want to do, you know what I mean? That's the kind of... And look at me now. I'm struggling really fucking hard. I live in a ghetto ass place and talking to like people in Singapore and around the world. Nah, I'm just playing. Honestly, it's like this because, you know, I'm not doing that bad. I am doing pretty like bad, but like it's not always this bad, I'm telling you. This it just happens to be a bad moment. Everyone has their bad moments, everyone has their low points. That's why you need certain people to get you out of there, you know what I mean? Or else you're gonna stay there. And you're just... Some people get comfortable in the low points, you know? It's like, you know what, let me just settle right in here. It seems like a good spot to just set up shop, just chill and, you know, settle in. But, yeah. At the end of the day, man, as long as you're happy with yourself, you're doing what you want to do, and you live in the life you want to live, then by all means, that's all that matters. I fuck what anybody else says, you know what I mean? Just because it's not the ideal life that they want to live or the type of life that they think, it's like, okay, cool, it's not theirs, it's yours. Whose world is this? It's yours. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what it is. So yeah, that's what it do. It is. Yeah, live your own life. You know what I mean? That's still a lot of time left. Let me fucking read some shit from this other book I had. It's a little bit more recent than the one I just read, but it's still back there somewhere. I don't know. I color coded this, so all the shit that's in red is like kind of like, ooh, profound, like random thoughts I had or deep questions. Black is just like real shit, like I'm talking about, like, yeah, just my current issues and whatever the fuck. And then blue was, I would talk about my meth addiction. Yeah. So I don't know. I told y'all to color code. So whatever I read, I ain't gonna tell you what color it's in. Y'all just gotta just guess whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know. What is this? This is a lot. Man, some of these things, like some of the shit I write is like triggered by either the current relationship I'm in or a past relationship. It's like I'm always just being affected by these fucking stupid ass relationships that just end up fucking me up all the fucking time. And it's like, man, shit. Shit. Like shit. What the fuck am I? It's like I'm always just cursed to be. And it's like I could be single for like 10 whole years, and then it's like the relationship that I had like to cause those 10 years. It's like, man, still there. I'm telling you, these breakups fucked me up pretty bad, man. It's fucked. I throw it all in the ring, and then I end up fucking getting pinned and losing my title. Never even had a title in the first place. First girl took that one. And I've been on a losing streak. When it's going well, expect the worst. I don't quite understand how or why this happens. Maybe it's just me or certain people. Could it be life's way of telling you to stay modest and humble? Perhaps it's a sort of unexplainable phenomenon. Okay, that last one might be a bit of a reach, but I had to explore every option, as ridiculous and far-fetched as it may seem. I believe I mentioned it in the previous entry, but I wanted to elaborate on it further and in more detail. It's the fact that the more often than not throughout my life, when things are going well, and I'm at what feels like the peak of my joy or happiness, that's when everything comes crashing down before my fucking eyes. There are an endless list of experiences I can write, but why would you want to read all that, and why would I want to write it and put you through that? You don't, and I don't. So in essence, I'm going to give the major experiences and events, those of which I feel are most pertinent to the subject at hand. Earliest I can remember, well, that would be elementary school days. However, I don't count those since everything gets fucked up when you're that age. You're a kid and stupid, so what do you expect? So with that, I'll start with the earliest relevant memory. Jesus Christ. A more relevant memory at a later time. High school. bleep bleep college, grade 9 going into grade 10. First years was great. I was on top of the world. I was getting along well with everybody, especially in my class. I hate to say it, but I was a popular kid, and I guess you could say I was kind of the cool kid. Then 3 fucking weeks into grade 10, some stupid shit happened and a group of us got into trouble. Long story short, I was the only one expelled, or as they say it, quote unquote, asked to withdraw. Everyone else just got in-school suspension. Then I started dating this girl when I came back a year later in grade 11. After about a year, she left me for her ex, who just got out of jail apparently at the time. And then I got kicked out again because they still realized they don't want me there. So anyway, you kind of get an idea of how things go to shit. Fast forward to when I'm older and still the same shit. Getting dumped for almost no reason. And fucking up opportunities. I could name so much more examples, but I'm sure you get the idea. So that's what had led me to believe that things will eventually go to shit inevitably. I need to remember to put my guard up when shit is going well. It's when your shit is going well, that's when you have to put yourself in defense mode. Good moments never last too long before it's struck down by tragedy. Life is not but a tragic story with brief moments of happiness, only to enhance the tragedy within the upcoming blow it will soon deal to you. For as happiness cannot exist without sadness, and sadness can only be truly experienced when one's joy has been taken away. Maybe I only deserve joy and happiness in doses. Perhaps people like me don't get the permanent solution. I guess when you accept that, the tragedy doesn't seem so tragic, especially when it's expected. Wow. That was a little bit, I don't know, maybe I'm just stoned, but I got a little bit lost. But there was one part in there where it's like, yo, bro, I think I over-expand or over-explain some shit that I don't need to explain in there. Because I think that's what I'm thinking in my head, and I'm just legit just fucking vomiting out and on the page whatever the fuck it is I'm thinking at the moment. It's like I'm talking when I'm high, but I just write it instead, you know? So that's what happened there in that part, I guess. I don't know if you guys were able to keep up with that. Essentially, it's just, man, yeah. It's exactly what kind of Deadpool says. The first one, he's like, life is just a series of train wrecks with brief commercial breaks. That's exactly what I always related to, but I've thought of that long before I seen that movie. It's just that put it into the words I was always been feeling, you know. So that's what that was. And it's because every time shit for me is going great, it always fucking just goes to shit, man. And once again, I can even give examples like my Milwaukee hustle and fucking a lot of these schemes, they don't fucking last, you know. And not even just that, it goes down to the people and the people I talk to, or even not even just relationships, but friends, you know. It's your circle. That's the one thing you learn growing up, and that you notice is that it's something I should have actually kind of seen with my parents' generation and the generation before me and shit. But man, the one thing is, life is your circle never keeps getting your circle never stops getting smaller. It's forever shrinking. You think you're going to reach an age where it's yeah, these are the core people that are still with me, you know. And sometimes even in TV, there's fucking people that have talked to each other for their whole lives and shit like that. Sometimes that doesn't happen though, you know. Man, people I've been talking to and I grew up with and I talked to up until fucking few years ago or some shit, I don't talk to them now. And it's they couldn't give less of a shit, you know. And you know, I did my effort onto trying to hang out and like meet up and, you know, connect and shit. But, you know, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's like, it's maybe sometimes it's just not meant to be that way. And even if they don't give a shit, if they do whatever, it doesn't matter, you know. I can't like waste any more of my time trying to think about that and letting it affect me when it doesn't affect me, you know. So yeah, that's just what it is pretty much. It's like, that's the kind of moods I was in a lot, is I let people not giving a shit about me affect me. It's like, why do they not give a shit? It's like, what the fuck? And I had to learn that doesn't fucking matter. It shouldn't, because the people that do matter, they'll be there when they need to be. And life has a way of taking out people that you don't need at the time where they don't need to be there, or like where they need to not be there. Yeah. So no matter what happens, I feel as if I don't know the reason sometimes, but I know there's a reason. Whether it be good or bad, who knows? There's a reason for it. And we'll see that reason. Maybe we won't. But it doesn't mean that there isn't a reason. You know what I mean? There is a reason. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean there isn't one. Right? If we don't ever experience it. And just because there is a reason doesn't mean it's going to be a good one. It could also be a bad reason. But at the end of the day, it is a reason. I found a reason for me to change who I used to be. The reason to start over new. And the reason is you. Bow. Yeah, I remember who was Stank. Yeah, that was a random musical moment right there. So, enjoy that, because I don't know when that's ever going to happen again. It's that kind of high, people. But, yeah. So, these things are short. I had a notebook where there was I wrote pages and shit. I haven't found it yet or recovered it. I don't know where it is, to be honest. I had one with lots of shit written in it, and I hid it somewhere, and I don't even know where the fuck I put it. I don't remember where I hid it. So I just gotta get these short ones in the meantime, you know. Fuck. Purpose of everything in question. I often wonder, maybe more than I should, if there's a point to anything I do. It seems as though everything goes to shit regardless of whether I do something about it or not. As if all attempts to try and do things differently are futile. Like no matter what, it's headed for Shitsville, and I'm powerless to changing its course. If that is truly the case, then what is the purpose of trying to change anything? What's the point? At the same time, the thought of it happening to just me also crosses my mind when I ruminate on these questions. It gets difficult due to the fact that this thought process can often lead to feelings of emptiness and lack of motivation. It gets to be quite immobilizing at times, and you end up not wanting to do anything, and nothing actually gets done. To me, the worst part of it is the fact that majority of the times shit hits the fan is when things are at the peak of satisfaction, the happiest I could be, when nothing can get any better. That's when it can't get any worse. I tell myself to guard up in those times when things are real good, but when it's actually happening and you're in it, you get caught up in the moment that you completely forget about defense and putting your guard up, and that you end up getting knocked out on your ass and wondering how the fuck it all happened and where it came from. It's like a boxer who spent the whole fight with his hands by his sides, with his face wide open for a clean knockout. That's exactly what happened. I had my hands down, face wide open, and I got knocked right into last Tuesday. Ref gives the 10 count, and ding ding ding. Bell rings, fight stops, and I lost. What's new? Wow. So that's kind of related to the one I just read. It just so happened to be related to it. I just went to a random, well, not random one, but like one of the other ones I just kind of skipped to, and then went to that one. I was like, well, I didn't realize it was gonna go along the same lines. I guess I felt like that constantly back then. Yeah, because shit always goes well, and it never lasts. Even it can go on really well for years, and it was still gonna go to shit. Like, I had a well-paying job before all this thing and shit, and I was doing well in that job. I enjoyed it, and I got let go because the fucking management wanted to fucking put someone else in cheaper, I guess. And plus, I wouldn't kiss ass. I don't kiss ass. That's why a lot of like management and bosses kind of don't take to me like after a while. Like, when they first meet me, they're like, "Oh wow, this guy's cool. Like, you know, we get along," and then they realize I don't kiss ass. So, and then after eventually, it's like I'm not their type anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucked up. The people who never kissed ass at that job, they got let go, or like they got moved, or they got fucked over. 4 years of that job, 3.5 at least, or almost 4. Yeah, still went to shit. I think that it went to shit though, and I left it for a good reason, because I don't know. I would have been complacent if it didn't. I'd probably still be there if I was able to. The thing is, it's like, do I really want to settle for that? Just going to a 9 to 5, man. My life was shit boring back then, man. It was boring as shit. It's like I can't find that happy medium between, you know, doing your own thing and having a good consistent income to like having a good consistent income, but like fucking boring ass days, you know. I ain't trying to die just doing boring shit my whole life. I want to do some shit, you know what I mean? I want to do something different. I want to enjoy what I'm doing and shit, you know? I want to spend majority of it enjoying myself rather than majority of it working so I can enjoy myself for the little bits of time, you know? It's like, what? That ain't life, man. Like, fuck. Sorry, it's hot and I'm sweating like a pig right now, and it is fucking, oh man. Lord of mercy. Someone donate some AC to my fucking room, man. Cause this is shitty. But man, yeah. That's how I felt most of the time at this back then. And it's shit. Cause I still write about that up until like last year, and it's recently it's life, so I think that's just how it is, you know. You always just gotta be ready. Always gotta know when to switch it up. Always gotta keep switching it up yourself, even before life even switches it up on you, you know what I mean? You always gotta be ready. Switch it before you get switched down, you know. That's why I try to be adaptable, because I know life is ever changing. And it'll change up on you in a second. So I try to be adaptable as adaptable as possible to almost any situation that comes my way, kind of thing. It helps because as much as you gotta like learn when to change, you also gotta learn how to accept change and how to kind of conform to it, and you know, and kind of like be water, as Bruce Lee said it, you know, be like water. Yeah, and just fucking adapt to your environment. You don't have to kind of be complacent or whatever, but like, you know, learn how to work within it and learn how to kind of maneuver through it that suits your plan or the way you were trying to get about it, like your survival kind of thing. Yeah, you must be like water. That's how he said it. Yeah, we gotta be like water. I didn't say that in a mockery way, by the way. If anyone's thinking that was like, that's how he said it. That's my Bruce Lee impression, you know. As you know, I do many accents and impressions, and it's not racist if I hate everyone equally, right? You know, I hate my own race equally just as much as I hate on every other one. I mean, it's nobody's safe, you know. So I'm all about that equality. So how's that? There's no way I can be racist. Cause the hate is equal, right? So yeah, I'm not trying to promote no hate. That's just a joke for y'all, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And also, I do not promote or endorse criminal activity or the acts of criminal activity in any sort of way, but I will support it if you decide to do it on your own. I will be there to guide you in any way I can, or any assist in some way. So, also, if you're still, just for real though, send me the emails, guys. I don't even know if people are even seeing it, but whatever. Yeah, whatever. Just kind of want to hear from people who are listening, because I do have listeners out there, despite what I thought. So, I want to hear from y'all. Unless they'll just somehow just play me in the background, or it's just, an autoplay, or you're not even paying attention. Maybe that could be the case too sometimes, you never know. But I see you not paying attention. Thank you for the download anyway. So, and I watch all the people that are listening to me, they're just listening to me because there's this one part that they're just making fun of consistently, that they find funny. I don't know. Or maybe me, who knows. Either way, no publicity is bad publicity, am I right? Huh. But I feel like that's all I got for now. It's way too hot. I gotta fucking find some air conditioning or something. I gotta go steal myself a fucking portable air conditioner. I'll see if I can do that today if I have time. That'd be good. If I could steal myself like a fucking portable AC, man. If I could rob one of those, that'd be blessed. I'll see. I'll work on that. Leave it with me. Anyway, take care, y'all. Keep living, laughing, loving, learning. Keep learning, loving, laughing, living, hustling, grinding. All that good shit, you know what I mean? Cause fuck, sometimes in a place where there are times when silence is deafening, then madness at times can also be sanity. So keep it real. Keep it real, keep it 100. Have a good night, yo. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Still eyes. Blah, blah, whatever the fuck.
When you woke up this morning,